little gets the blood boiling. Quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. Fair catch called for and made. First down here for the offense. They'll go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. To throw, it's Shabera. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today, though.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season, playoffs down the road, make your statement here today.
He's going to run it, and he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
There was just nowhere to go with the football for the quarterback throwing it, so he tried to create, he tried to extend the play with his legs, just not able to get away from the defense, and now we have fourth down.
Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Looking to scramble. He's going to take off. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, they dial up a pass play there on first down, and how about the quarterback there? Buys time, he's outside, he's looking for people to get open on the scramble drill, but there's nothing happening, and just a really quick decision to decide to take off and go get another first down now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Movement here from the tight end. To the ground with the back. Across the 30, out to the 33, and gains 4 on the play.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Line gets set, 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. 1st down here for the offense. He'll set up to throw. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete. Now 2nd and 10. The play action fake. Trying to get to it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you this is going to be more of the same.
And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
On 3rd and long, you know what's coming. It's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the 4th down.
And the returner will be dragged down.
When you're a return specialist, you're trying to make huge plays. You only get a couple cracks at it a game. You want to make something happen. Unfortunately, he put on the turf. At least his team recovered. But I will say this, the conversation on the sideline, it won't be fun for the special teams coach.
They go to the ground. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
They have a 1st down at the 41-yard line. Leaves it with the back. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Dropping back, it's Shabera. He uncorks a bullet to the right. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like...
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Clemson jumps to the line. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, Clemson.
And here comes the punt team.
In punt formation to kick it away.
They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Coleman.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective...
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
That's a big-time play on the D-line right there. And listen, you know, they've had a lot of NFL guys in recent years up front. William the Fridge Perry, old-school Clemson great on the D-line. He'd be proud of watching that performance on that last play. This guy right here, man, sometimes he just looks like a throwback.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He lost one down the sideline. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. Georgia sends out the punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They've hit a bit of a lull here, and they need to get things cranked up with this possession, Jesse.
Just haven't had a rhythm these last couple of possessions, but I'll tell you, the best way to get back into one is to run the football. Establish yourselves up front the line of scrimmage and help keep these third downs manageable.
Yeah, and the best news is your defense at least forced a punt of their own. So now you can go answer with that good stop while this game is still close. Let's just go keep putting more points on the board, and let's see less of the punt.
Here it is trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Quarterback will audible. On third down, he drops to throw. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. He's going to pass. Throws to the wideout. It's caught. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
To the air on first down. Might be looking to run. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. Really need to find a productive play this time on second and long. Off play action. Finds the tight end. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Wanting to move the chains, here comes Georgia on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Quick strike complete. And he'll be stopped short, or maybe he stopped himself short.
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Good surge up front, give him 4 out to the 18.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. They've got a chance to get out from their own end. 2nd and 6 from the 18. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Looking to throw at Shabera. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Unfortunate with that incompletion. The quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he wants it all. What a snag by the defense. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
He wants to throw. They're trying to get to it. Oh, he needs to get rid of it. He needs to do something, and he will go down. What a terrible, terrible play and a big loss. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
The one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything on it.
And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He's going for the big play. Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Fires to the middle. And you just don't expect your junior quarterback to get fooled and to throw it into double coverage like that.
Well, no question where this quarterback is going to be trying to go with the football in this game, right? He's looking for his big play wide out, and the defense knows it. They had him double covered that time.
Pressure coming. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Looking for the score. To the end zone, and it's picked off. And he's wrapped up. And it just turns out to be a missed opportunity. You get the ball in the red zone, and you turn it over.
Momentum, it plays a big role for teams and especially for offenses. And when you have chances like that, when you're down in this area of the field, you've got to be able to come away with points. Even if it's not going to be a touchdown, you are not leaving this area of the field without putting at least 3 up on the board. Missed opportunity for the other.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, how about this defense, man? That's the 3rd sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the first down here. They'll give it to the back. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Here they come, and it's blocked. And the defense is going to get 2 for the safety.
And you just have to have better field awareness if you're on offense. They're understanding that, A, you're in the offense, and B, where that back line is, David. That is not good news taking a safety.
No, and you want to make a play, and you want to make something happen, but you got to realize where you're out on the field. He doesn't do that, and guess what? Cost his team 2 points.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to go up top on first down. He'll take the deep shot. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
Timeout, Georgia.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. These corners going to give them some space. They'll throw it on first down. Coming after him. Pressure is all over him, and he can't get it off. Down he goes, and that'll bring us to the end of the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Clemson will kick this deep to get the second half underway. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They started this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
On second down, just keeps firing. Oh, he drops it. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be third down.
And you got to put that one on the receiver. That's just a flat-out drop. That's a good throw by the quarterback. That's a catch that receiver needs to make.
This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's third and short. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. Georgia comes quickly to the line. Quarterback keeper. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
This defense will try to force a fourth down on third and short from the 45. Now on the move. They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right, and having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. They'll run the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back.
That's an absolute strike right there, giving me some Stetson Bennett vibes, some Aaron Murray vibes, even Matthew Stafford with the arm talent on that throw. I'll tell you, they can attack any spot of the field in the passing game because of this guy's talent.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
Now from inside the red zone. Quick completion on the out. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense.
And it's picked off at the goal line. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
How about that effort to get it out across the 20? They'll mark it at the 21. It's a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the hot hand. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
And they are looking for a ball play that'll work. Now facing 2nd and long from the 19. Back to throw, it's Shabera. He looks that one in nicely. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
Quick pass on the jet motion. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy...
He's going to let it go. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Looking for more room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. And the Dogs keep playing fetch on these passes, channeling their inner Scott Warner, or Champ Bailey, or Keely Ringo, and making plays.
Just ball hawking, making plays. And again, when you pressure the quarterback, and the Dogs do that as well as anybody, you pressure the quarterback, force that ball out in the secondary, playing great coverage, making big-time plays in the back end.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. They'll run play action. He's going up top. And that ball is picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And defensive backs, you think, don't have good hands. The big fella shows it. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands? Yeah, I think you're different.
Back to the ground game on the left. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Dropping back, it's Shabera. Gets it out fast. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. The score, Georgia 9, Clemson 0.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. They're going to try to throw for it on third down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
After that incompletion, 4th and short now on their own side of the field, I think there's a lot of coaches in normal circumstances that would stay conservative and just punt the ball away. But you're trailing here in the fourth quarter. I think the offense needs to stay out on the field, and you got to go for it.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Got room on the return. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Georgia. With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1.
Man, that could not have gone any worse. You're thinking fourth down, go for it. Well, even if you don't get it, you turn the ball back to their offense. Not that. You throw a pick, and they turn it back.
And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
To the air. It's Shabera. And this sophomore quarterback just put it out there a little too far. I think at this point you might as well try to throw the ball down the field because this dog defense is not giving an inch.
They don't give an inch. They hunt the whole entire game, and they're all highly recruited kids. They're all talented. They're all going to get drafted, but they play for each other. They play with fight. They play with aggression, and that's why you always see them near the top of the defenses in all of college football.
This quarterback is really struggling in this game with decisions and also accuracy. He's already being picked off multiple times, and that time, that was a bad underthrow. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Quarterback checking off. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Has no choice but to throw it away, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Defense has been looking so good on this drive so far. They already set up third and long, and now they take all the throws away down the field. Great job in coverage. Great job reading the QB's eyes. So there's nowhere for him to go with it. He's got to throw it away.
Clemson will send the punt team out. Now don't forget, and I'm sure he has it, he had one blocked earlier. And they'll just down it right there. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Now the play fake. They're bringing heat. Still on his feet. Buys a little time. Outside the pocket, lets it go. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
A little bit surprising, not going to lie. You've got a big lead like this late in the game, and you're still throwing for it and being aggressive. But, hey, man, it's working. And if it's working, keep calling him, I guess.
Trying to find his man on first down. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
goodness gracious. This is a master class, a clinic on how to get to the quarterback. The 7th sack of the game. Are you kidding me? That's a season for some teams. They've lived in the backfield.
They're setting up the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. All the way back to the 15. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board.
Clemson is quick to the line. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Makes the grab on the left. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down.
Well, this offense has not put their best product on the field today. They've got no points to show for any of their efforts so far, but they've still got a chance. But if it's going to happen, it has to happen now in this 2-minute situation. This is where their playmakers need to step up.
1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning.
Get set, get set.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider. Griffin.
Looking for a man. It's Shabera. Going to take a shot. And he'll pull it in inside the 20. Touchdown, Clemson. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Now a 2-point conversion attempt coming up. Looking to throw. Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and now they're down by 7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score coming on the touchdown pass from 55 yards out. Just about set to kick it away. He's going to bring it out from deep. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Get another look at this Bulldog offense. These are the games. These are the moments. This is the opportunity for the finish that people remember in rivalries like this one.
And those highlights that are shown for years and years to come. These big-time moments, Palmer, coming down to the wire, who steps up and makes the big-time play.
And this is why you lift the weights in the offseason. This is why you do all the gassers and all the sprints. For moments like this, game on the line in one of the biggest games of the year.
You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves to change for the first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Still running at the 40. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
You see so many offenses these days just throw swing routes to the running back. That's the extension of the run game. Well, that's the play that's the extension of. It's the toss. And when he gets outside, watch out. He can dial up home runs.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Georgia trying to use every second on this clock. Corner's going to give them room. Movement on the offense, and they'll lose 5 yards on the penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll line up for a second down play. Now they'll run it on the toss. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. This quarterback part of their running game. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on 4th down. A designed run for the quarterback. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
The defense, I think, was just more physical on that 4th down, guys. That was a designed quarterback run, and they're calling that because they're trying to get extra blockers at the point of attack and get a numbers advantage, but just the defense fighting off the blocks, being where they're supposed to be, and not letting the quarterback break free. You just can't do a better job than the defense did on that 4th down.
Dances away to buy time. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. The offense lining up for a first down play. Quarterback checking the play. Looking to throw, it's Shabera. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Wide receiver now comes in motion. With jet sweep pass. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Got to get to the line quickly for this third down play. Just going to keep it after the snap. They stop him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with fourth down coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Pocket starts to collapse. Last pass falls incomplete, and that's going to do it. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is